Hi, my name's Sherry Sanders, and I'm a county extension agent working in the field of agriculture as a part of the University of Arkansas System Division of Agriculture. And this is Agriculture. Agriculture is a program where we celebrate and empower women working in the field of agriculture in the state of Arkansas. Today, I'm in Northwest Arkansas in Lincoln at my friend Sherry Smith's photography studio. And this is Sherry's story.
I do a lot of other types of photography as well. I do seniors, I do family portraits, I do weddings, and I tried, I kind of got away from the weddings because I was so busy traveling with all the pageants because I'm gone a lot. I fly and drive to a lot of different states and a lot of different events for the rodeo queen industry, whether it is clinics or pageants. I'm there, but I've started booking weddings again because I have got so much experience with large events that it gives my skill level really works well for weddings as well, because it doesn't matter what the venue is. With working with the rodeo queen industry, whether I'm shooting in a dark arena or I'm shooting on the stage in Las Vegas, with the lights and everything, it's taught me a lot to be prepared and shoot really quick. And so wedding photography, that works. I do family portraits, but I don't do as many as I used to, and I like to do seniors. But one of my favorite things about working with these young ladies is because I get them at all levels. I get them just beginning, I get them mid, and then I get them at the top of their game. And one of my favorite things to do in the studio, and I usually try to get somebody to capture it behind the scenes, is whenever I show that little 7-year-old or that 10-year-old what's on the viewfinder of my camera, and they say, "Oh, that doesn't look like me." And I get to say, "You know what? That's what we see." And I like to, and they'll be really timid and nervous going into that shoot, but after they see that picture, the rest of that shoot, their confidence soars. So I really like to work with the young ladies and watch their confidence grow and mature and soar. A friend of mine, Siri Stevens, she was the owner and the writer for Rodeo News. She started working on me, many years ago. She's like, "Sherry, I want to do an article on you, and I want to tell your story." And I was like, "I don't have a story." And she's like, "Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do." I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Sherry, you're the photographer, Miss Rodeo USA. You're the photographer for Miss Rodeo America. You got all these state titles that you shoot and all these girls that come in." She said, "I want to do an article on you." So for probably 3 or 4 years, she kept after me wanting to do that. And I said, "Okay, finally I said, okay, you can do that." And she did. She did an article on me, and not only did she do an article on me, but she put me on the front page. And I said, "Siri, you just put a target on my back. I don't know that that's a good idea." But anyway, in the article, there's some talk about who I've shot with, who I've worked with, the different state and national titles that I've worked with. But the most important thing to me is my family. And so their pictures are in there. And the girls that I work with, their pictures are in there. And the girls that work with me, and then another one is Miss Martha Josie's in there because she's pretty special too. But my family, and to tell you a little bit about my family, I'm married to Keith Smith, and we have been through, this will be our 36th wedding anniversary in June. And we've lived in many different places, including Okinawa, Japan. And then we have 3 grown children. Ike, who is married to Kelsey, who is a former Miss Rodeo Arkansas. And no, we didn't plan that. It just happened after she was a queen. And then my daughter Bethany, who is married to a rancher / water well person, and they live right down the road from us. And then I have Faith, who is married to Tanner Andrews. And all 3 of my kids have blessed me tremendously. They've blessed me as small children, they've blessed me as teenagers, and they've blessed me abundantly as adults, because I have 8 grandbabies that I say I have 8 on the ground and 1 in heaven. But I love my grandbabies. I have 4 girls and 4 boys, and they are spread out between all 3 of my kids. And I tease right now because my son, he was the last one to get married. Ike and Kelsey were. And they adopted 2 little boys. Well, they have my oldest grandson and my youngest grandson. They have a 14-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. So we have a large span, but that family has the top and the bottom of the family.